So the episode begins with Kiana and Wendy meeting up. Wendy is really not paying her any attention, and Kiana is upset again because Wendy is apparently having an event at the same time that Kiana has scheduled her event for something called Preakness that's really popular in the Potomac area. So Wendy ends up just laughing in her face and basically like, what are you doing? Why are you making this thing a thing? Why do you want to have a beef with me? And Kiana's like, cause you're fake and you're phony and you're not the same person on camera that you are off camera. You don't communicate with me. And Wendy's like, okay, like you got it, girl. You want the scene, you got it. And it was basically that. It was very much Kiana's trying to create an environment, a storyline for herself where she's the star. And that's what we're getting this season. I'm really not feeling her vibe at all. It's continuously like getting worse, declining my feelings for her, which is crazy because I really liked her in her first two seasons. So that was interesting. And then we move on and we see Angel. We see Angel is meeting with her mom, her mom-in-law, and she discusses her mom and the history of that. And we get to meet her family. And again, I like Angel. I don't have anything really bad to say Angel at this point. And it's fun because as I'm watching Angel, I'm like, oh my gosh, she reminds me of the old Housewives, like Housewives of Atlanta season 1. She would have been like that type of housewives. That's how it started, those type of girls. But they don't make them like that no more, girls. So I'm kind of, at this point, rooting for her. The next scene is we see Stacy meeting with Jazzy, who I actually liked, and I thought Kieran and Jazzy would be more friendly, but it seems like that didn't work out because I felt like Jazzy was more of her, like, the caliber of girl she would be around, more like the wags, the wife, the girl, the wife. I tried to record this so many times, y'all, but TikTok kept putting music over my audio, so hopefully it works this time around. So yes, so imagine you record this thing about 3 times, the energy's low. I was gonna do it tomorrow, but sometimes you gotta push through with the push through. Yeah, Stacy meets with Jazzy, and they're basically spilling tea about Mia and how Mia stranded them that time and how they got to Kiki and get to know each other. And it was just a good chat between the girls, and Stacy had a soft place to land, explaining to Jazzy how all the girls are attacking her, literally, and how she doesn't even know why and where this is coming from. Oh, she also drops a little bit of tea on Giselle, which we know is very bold because none of the girls are, besides Karen, are going toe-to-toe with Giselle. And so for Stacey to be doing this season 2, her second season, ooh, girl, you better watch out. That girl is dangerous. So we'll see how that pans out. But she basically drops some tea, and Giselle don't like none of her business, even if it's the smallest bit of crumbs out there. So she essentially tells Jazzy that she's dating an NFL player, and Jazzy, her fiance husband now is a football player. So she's like, maybe you know him, maybe he knows him. It's like, maybe. So basically hinting her to push, get some more dirt on this situation. It reminds me of, it's a show, a movie on Apple called, I think it's like Palm Springs or something. It's basically about getting into the elite, and the number one thing about getting in with the elite and the wealthy, which seems like Stacey understands, is just having a little bit of tea on them so you can throw it around when you want to. Because the secrets is what the wealth are really be trying to hide. Their wrongdoing. The next scene we have Giselle meeting with Angel, the newcomers, basically. I forgot the other one, Tiffany, I believe. And then we have one more. Who's the other? No, then we have, I don't remember who else. I think Wendy was there. And they're all meeting, and they're basically telling Angel, like, yeah, your friend said she was going to chin check you. And she's like, she said she didn't say that. I believe my friend. And you already know Andy's going to eat this down at the reunion. He's going to make this thing a big thing. So, yeah, she's basically like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but nobody would chin check me. She's talking big talk, big meat, Larry Hoover, and saying, like, if she said that, I don't believe she would say something like that to me, because where I'm coming from, those are fighting words. She said she didn't say it. Giselle's like, oh, no. She's not going to call me a liar. So we're going to check this later. So now we're at the last scene of the episode. We're at Kay's Preakness pre-party dinner or whatever this mess is. And it was very uncomfortable because you have the mom in the background. And then you have Greg, which I was not happy to see. Like, I don't know why Karen is bringing him on our cameras. We don't like that man. Like, get him off our screen. Anyway, the whole thing was just annoying. Her energy, her mom's energy towards Stacy and everybody that came in, because she already like filled her mom up with all this negativity about her own friends. I was like, how you friends with all these people, but don't? Only two people at the table who you are friends with is your bullies. It's Giselle and Ashley, who are putting clear batteries in your back. And those two women cannot stand you. Didn't you get mollywopped or chin checked yourself at the event with Ashley and Giselle? That was their event. And it was Ashley's best friend who mollywopped you. Yet you're literally sucking up to those two the most. Make it make sense. Like, her whole thing is, what Shelly say? I am confused. I'm genuinely confused. But on a brief side note, I did like Kay's mom, like, whole thing. I feel like she would have fit more with the housewife women, because she's about their age bracket than Kay. Kay is getting eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I think her mom would have handled them a little bit better. Somebody said Kay's mom remind him of Black China's mom, Tokyo, Tony, and I can't see it now. So again, remember the first scene where Kay didn't expect Wendy to come to her event because Wendy was having her own event. Wendy decided to come and just stay for a little while, just to kind of, pay her respects to Kay and the group. So she comes and everybody's shocked, but immediately she starts getting bullied by the girls. And I'm like, this is why she didn't want to come in the first place. So she basically, and not all the girls, this is basically Kay, just not welcoming at all. Soon as Wendy sits down, she basically says, you're phony, you're fake, and Wendy's like, okay, Kay. Enough. KKK. All right. Cool. Whatever. If you think that, then then it gets to the point where Giselle brings up the fact that Angel was chin checked and KK was basically calling Giselle a liar. And then they kind of apologized, and Kay kind of sunned Angel a little bit at this point. And then Angel just bowed her head and was like, oh, no, we made up, it's okay. And then Wendy was like, hold on, this is not the energy you had with us girls. You said nobody could chin check you. You said you was Big Meech Larry Hoover, like you was that girl, and nobody was going to sun you like that. And she was like mad at Wendy at that point. She like started turning on Wendy, but not before Kay jumps in and said, what? You said you was going to get big boss with who? With me? You better sit your butt down. She's going in on Angel. Literally what Giselle said. Giselle said, if Kay didn't chin check you before, she done chin checked you now. She embarrassed that girl on national TV. Check the heck out of her. Like, you better be quiet. Shut yourself up. Don't you dare talk to me. Like, it was crazy to talk to a friend like that on national television. And Wendy was like, Angel, blink twice if you're okay, girl. And then, of course, instead of getting mad at Kay for now chin-checking her not once, not really twice, but 3 times, because she chin-checked her a little bit before Giselle brought it around to her. So it was already 2 chin-checks. And then this third chin-check was basically like a total knockout. And then she just basically turned it on to Wendy, Angel, and started saying, you are nasty, you're phony. And Wendy's like, oh, you're going to put it out on me. Okay. Bring it on me. Say it's my fault. Say or whatever Chris and Michelle say. It seems like Wendy, I wrote this in a tweet, it said, seems like she's the default of their delusions this season. Whenever they are mad, they just turn it around to Wendy. How convenient. So after this, they leave. They go to a party bus. And then now they're back jumping on to Wendy a little bit. And then they jump onto Stacy. And Stacy has her lines, honey. She said, oh, I know you can chin check. Basically you got the bruises to prove it. Something like that to Kay. And it really stirs everybody up. End of the show. And I just love that. One thing about Stacy, you're not going to have her in the corner. Nobody put baby in the corner, especially Stacy baby. So I love that. That's how we ended the episode. If you enjoyed this, again, as always, please don't forget to hit the like button and the follow button above if you're here on TikTok. And don't forget to subscribe if you're watching here on YouTube. I'll talk to you guys later. It's your girl, Nika Nicole. And this is Give This Girl a Mic. Peace.